My name's Anna and this is Robert Micah.
And I am Darren, and we are from Melbourne, Australia.
And just when did we decide to become parents? I think we made that decision not long after we got married. After being pregnant, we did get pregnant naturally, but after 6 weeks we had a miscarriage. So we undertook 7 IVF cycles.
Yes, and once we hit the 7 mark, our IVF specialist recommended that we approach donor eggs, and that the only way that we could do that was by going overseas.
And treatment in another country, was it difficult? I would say that it was pretty straightforward. We contacted Clínica Tambre in the first instance after doing some of our own research in June, and by September we were in Madrid. We chose Spain largely because I have some Spanish heritage. I was born in Argentina, but I have some Spanish heritage in the family, and so we thought that was our best option.
And they liaised really well with our specialists in Melbourne at the IVF clinic here. All of the medications that we needed to worry about, that was all dealt with between Clínica Tambre and IVF in Melbourne. All the drugs were sort of taken care of, and we had an appointment very early on, I think a couple of days after we arrived in Madrid. They answered all our questions at Clínica Tambre with everything that had happened prior to then. We had a meeting with Dr. Marban in Zoom, I think from memory in July. And all of our questions they just answered very quickly, very swiftly, and we knew exactly where we stood by the time we left Melbourne.
Yeah, we had all the information we needed to make a decision to go ahead. Our first impressions of Tambre, well, I think, again, it was very comfortable, welcoming, possibly because we already had established some relationship with the clinic before we even got to Madrid through the virtual interactions. There was also no real language barrier, which we found very helpful. Although I do speak Spanish, it just made things easier, certainly for my husband who doesn't speak any Spanish.
Yeah, I apologise to Clínica Tambre for them having to put up with my attempts at Spanish during the time we were there. But we had many conversations, a conversation with Dr. Marban. We'd also had correspondence with Maria and Saul. So it was really nice to meet them when we first visited a couple of days after we arrived. And it gave us some context as to who we'd been dealing with over the past 3 months.
So really, as soon as we arrived, we really did feel quite comfortable being there. How do we feel right now? Well, I think we feel elated because obviously we have this little guy, Robert Micah. He was born in June of this year. As a result of going through Clínica Tambre, we're thankful to them because obviously without them this process certainly wouldn't have been as quick as it could have been. We're thankful for the donor, obviously, for donating their egg, and we're also grateful because as a consequence we still have 2 embryos, so there's an opportunity for in the near future to possibly give this little guy a brother or a little sister.
Spain was a really great trip for us, just even as a holiday, and that we took the view that when we went over there that we would have a great holiday, and if something came of the treatments at Tambre, then that was even better. So we were very relaxed about going over and just enjoying ourselves, and Tambre were very helpful in making sure that yes, we had to have the treatment, but it also gave us the flexibility to spend just some time just touring around, going where we wanted to go and enjoying what Madrid and Spain had to offer.
What advice would we give to other couples? Well, if you don't have any other options and you still want to conceive, then I certainly would suggest looking into this path and making your inquiries and doing your research to see if you at the end of all of that feel that you're comfortable with that, then certainly go ahead. IVF is not, or any fertility treatment is not easy by any means. Come on, little one. Obviously there's lots of ups and downs emotionally, but again, if you get to that position where you still want to go ahead and this is your option, then I could certainly recommend Clínica Tambre.
They were fantastic with us in their dealings from day one through to the end, and we still have contact with them to send photos of Robert. We're just grateful for the opportunity that we've had to have a family, and we just hope that those who follow us and go down the same path, that we just hope that you have the same success that we've had, and wish you the best for the family and what Clínica Tambre can offer you.